being transgender goes way deeper than who you're attracted to, what you prefer sexually. That is just like a part of the entire story. For me, being transgender has meant feeling like the opposite of what I am on the physical form for as long as I can remember. Feeling like everything that I felt was opposite of what people expected me to feel, to act, to be. The confusion was some of the hardest parts of it. Of course, the gender dysphoria. That's a given that's just extremely difficult, painful. But the confusion and everything feeling opposite, in my memory, that's some of the worst parts of it. But I don't feel that as much as I used to now that I have more so consciously woke up. What do I mean by that? I feel that when people consciously wake up, they become more aware of their reality, what's going on around them, how energy works. Do you know that we're all made from just complete energy, that we're all different vibrational frequencies? When you start to understand that, when you start to understand the light and the dark, the corruption and the greed, but the light and the way that reality can be bended into all things positive, when you start to realize these things, it's mind-blowing, and it makes the whole transgender thing, at least, okay, it has for me. Okay, it's made the whole transgender thing a lot smaller as far as an issue. I look at it less of as an issue and more of just who I am. The issue is really with the people in society that don't agree with it, right? There's other issues too. The issues of gender dysphoria. Because if you're not happy in your own body, fuck society, you're just not happy in your own body. And that's unacceptable. So that's why sex changes are awesome. And if you feel you should have one or go through any form of transition, whether you, if you're like me and you're more F to M, having your breasts removed, or you're M to F and having breasts put on, if that's how you feel, then you should absolutely do that. Absolutely. I often think about still having breast removal. But I didn't mean to make this video vertically and not horizontally. So pardon me for that. But I'm just going to go with it. It's already on. I'm doing it. I'm talking. If you feel that those changes work for you, then you should do them. Because that's the part about being transgender to me that's no joke. None of it's a joke, but is you don't want to mess around with is the gender dysphoria. If you're feeling gender dysphoria, then by all means do what feels natural for you to help yourself with that. I started personally to gravitate more towards spiritual type stuff, metaphysics, quantum physics, Kundalini awakening. That's what resonated with my heart and my soul. And that's where I went with it. And so I don't plan on having any surgery or taking any hormones. I love all things plant-based. I'm not big on chemicals. I used to ingest a lot of chemicals, cigarettes, alcohol, fast food, all sorts of chemicals. And when I stopped ingesting and consuming these particular things, I noticed a significant amount of positivity in my life as far as my overall health, my mental health, my physical health, and spiritual health, so to say. So I haven't been on here in a while. Been going through a lot of change, and I really miss being on here, and I thought it was good to just come pop up and say hello. Hello to everyone. I hope you all are doing great out there. And if you're not having a very good day, just remember that remembering what we're grateful for, even in the crappiest of days, helps to raise our vibration and to help us to feel better. So my heart goes out to you if you are having a terrible day, but just please remember that. Just think of one thing that you're grateful for, and it will surely help you feel just a little bit better, help to raise it. Is that all I have for today? I don't know. I feel like I could talk on a tangent forever. Plus, I'm on my second cup of coffee, so I could definitely talk. But I think I originally got on here to just describe to you how being transgender and spiritual have come together for me. And my main interest in this life at this point are all things spiritual. I love learning about the spiritual awakening process because it's never really over. You keep experiencing more, like most things in life. When you're practicing an instrument, you don't really say, oh, I've learned all I can learn about the guitar. There's always a new technique you could learn or something, or a new song to write. I digress. So I am mainly interested in spirituality. Not to say I'm not interested in being transgender. It's just that I feel like it blends, it coincides with the spirituality part for me, because I think a big reason is because I'm not transitioning, that I feel like I'm supposed to work more with chakras and cleansing and clearing and kundalini, as opposed to changing my physical body. Sometimes it bothers me because sometimes I would like to just change it, and I think about it and I remind myself that I can if I want to. That's a personal choice. But I always seem to go back to, I'm going to stay in this body because I'm not a fan of needles. They scare the crap out of me, so that doesn't help. But I'm, I'm sure there are other ways. But yeah, but I haven't investigated them. Again, because I just keep pulling back toward the spiritual part. So I've said that like 10 times. I'll leave you with that. But that's just it. If you're feeling something hardcore, go with it. That's your soul calling you. Much love, y'all. We'll see you soon. Sooner than later this time.